Go.
Nice. Nice, man. It's always good hopping on. No recollection of what episode number it is. So we're just going to go with episode number 116 of the Shant of the Two Armenian Men podcast. Shant, how you feeling tonight, big guy?
Good, good.
I was right.
Were you? It was 116?
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
So, yeah, I mean, everything's good. Yeah, it's been, we've missed a week because of Thanksgiving. Hopefully you had a good Thanksgiving. How was your guys' Thanksgiving?
It was okay. It was uneventful. We're missing Maria and her kids, which pretty much
All there is.
that's the whole entertainment. We're missing entertainment pretty much. But actually, believe it or not, it's gonna sound kind of fucked up. This is the first time we all sat there and actually engaged, like fully, like we were having like deep, very,
Wow.
very well thought out family conversation. I was actually I was upset because when I got there, I was looking for my great aunt. She's in the nursing home near us. And I'm like poking around the house. I'm like, where is she? She's taking a nap. I'm like looking around. And my mom's like, who are you looking for? I'm like, I'm looking for Silva. Where is she? She goes, she's not here. She got shingles.
Mm.
Like, shut the fuck up. Like a little old lady, 85 years old, has shingles on Thanksgiving. It's fucking terrible, man. I felt so bad. So yeah, it was missing a few people, but it was actually I was very thankful for that. We should have more family near us, man.
When was the last time we got together all as us for Thanksgiving?
So that year I first started smoking, I want to say it was like 2005.
Hmm.
I was at your house and I was trying to sneak away to get to sneak in a cigarette. My dad's car, went to the 7-Eleven, picked up some cigarettes, came back. I was like 2005, bro.
Okay.
How
Wow.
was your guys' Thanksgiving? Tell me about some. What did you guys? You guys have semseg and chikirte?
No, it was good. My dad actually he smoked chicken and then ribs. That's what we had.
No turkey at all, or just a small turkey?
No turkey.
You guys got lucky. You guys got very, very lucky. I had turkey and ravurma. Tell me about the chicken. Is your dad's been smoking a lot? Is that like a new thing?
Well, because Tavi has one, so he's been like, my brother keeps sending him pictures, and he's like, for like a year now, he's been like, I got to get one. So he finally got one. This is the second time he smoked something. So,
But bro, doesn't he have too many grills?
okay. Do you want me to tell you how many grills he has?
That's absurd. Why? Why does he have so many grills? Tell me how many grills does he have now?
Okay. So he has, okay. What? Hang on one second. Just what's a number you're thinking? How many grills a normal
He had
human should
two
have?
actively there, and then he had one that he had made that he hadn't even touched yet. It's like a brand new Mercedes that just no miles on it. He's waiting. A normal amount is one, just one.
How about like normal for like an Armenian? Like an Armenian dad.
My dad tried condensing. He bought a hybrid. One side was gas and
Oh
one
God, he
side
probably hated it.
he despised it, man.
All he does is talk about the good old grill, right? Like the good old.
He loves coming over our house because I have it. I have what he wants, which is basically a short
Yeah.
Lebanon style fucking
Why
back.
do they like to? So what's a number? And I'm going to explain to you the stories behind them.
All right, I'll two, one charcoal and one gas grill.
Okay.
Correct amount.
Okay. So he has, including the smoker five.
Why? Why, man? Absurd. How much meat can you possibly cook at one time?
So no joke, my dad has five grills in his yard, and it's a small yard. Okay, it's not a big yard, and they're all over the place. And then he also has a chicken the spinning machine too.
Rotisserie.
Rotisserie, yeah, he has that too in the backyard.
He,
So,
he's a big meat guy, man. He's a good
oh,
big grill guy.
yeah, he has a sick Weber he got brand new, right? Because he was like it was like a five burner, which he never cooks enough for five burners. It's always just him and his meal that he cooks. My mom doesn't even eat that stuff.
What's 5 grills, bro?
So five burner Weber grill, he gets it. He's so pumped. It's on sale. He's sending pictures to Tavi. He has yet to use it. It's been over a year and a half. He has one big one he's made recently, and then a small one he's made that he's had from fucking Haleb probably. And that's the one he uses, is a small little one.
It's insane. It's so crazy. It's like me buying a new camera. I'm not going to use it. Like it just sits there. Fuck, man. Why does he need all those grills?
And you
So
know, like the stupid old one that they use, right? Like just
yeah, I have it, and it's the best. Why would you get anything else? It's fucking absurd. All right, so I could talk about this topic for fucking hours on end, man. I'm a big Mongol guy. That's just crazy, though. On to tonight's topic. I don't know how this fell into my lap. I was driving and I was like thinking about all the ways that you could make me happy. And I was thinking about like how sometimes I'll be content, I'll be good, I'll be at equilibrium, but if I remove something, it's only a matter of time until that particular piece needs to come back.
mm,
Let's dive into the metrics. What are the measurable tools? What are the measurable aspects to your happiness? What has to be a certain amount in order for you to feel happy? Let's dissect this a little bit.
yeah. So for you, what is that? Like what is it? And we could talk about your metrics and stuff like that. But I also want to know, like, do you do stuff to like get you into the mindset of happiness too? Like, so we could touch on that a little bit later. But what are your metrics for happiness?
So, believe it or not, as time has progressed, my metrics for happiness have not changed all that much. I think that in time, I think that um my number of things that'll make me happy will increase by like one or two more things, and I guarantee you that one thing is likely going to be my relationship with my wife, and definitely my kids will probably supersede any of the other metrics. So if
Mm,
like any of these pieces is missing, sorry, if all of these pieces are there but my kids aren't happy, it doesn't even, none of that shit will probably make a difference. Like I value my little cousins so much more than they know, and I think about them so much more than they know, to the point where it's like they're like my own kids. So my own kids will be like,
yeah, yeah.
um they'll probably have all of it. So not taking into account the possibility of me having kids and including that as one of the most important things on my list, let's dive into my measurables since probably I want to say since I was like 14 or 15.
Okay.
My weight being below a specific number, or probably like a body fat percentage, needs to be in place in order for me to be perfectly happy. I need to be around like this 170 to 180 pound number in order for me to actually feel quote unquote normal. Anything more than this, and I won't feel right.
Yeah. And I'm guessing, just for to uh preface it for everyone, um it's not that I think so. Like that we're not happy if these five things are not met. It's like we're just in such a happier place in our life, right? So it's not like, oh, we're sad if these five things aren't happening.
There's a level of discomfort if these things are missing or not completely
Yeah.
completely there, not completely achieved. As in, if I am at 195 pounds or 200 pounds, but I'm making a ton of money and I got a lot of stuff going for me, I'm still not completely happy because this is gonna really, really bug me.
Hmm.
It's gonna make me very, very uncomfortable with myself, like waking up and looking at myself. Just call it superficial, but it just is what it is. Your appearance has a lot to do with your
Yeah,
confidence.
for me, so just to piggyback off yours, it's not a weight specific, but if I'm not hitting the gym, I am not as happy, right? Because I could see it in my on my body. And it's not that I'm like, again, superficial. It's I love to see the like just the progress, right? That I'm like improving my body, right? And not that it's like going backwards and rewinding. It's like my body's getting better, right? So I love seeing that. So that's why I love the gym. And I know if I skip it, it just goes away. So that to me is one of my.
I mean, what does it do to you exactly that it makes you uncomfortable? Like for me, being at 190 or being at 200 makes me feel like, for example, it makes me feel like I've lost a bit of control over myself.
Mhm.
I'm getting very, very sloppy. I'm not being taken as seriously. I'm just not. I'm not feeling myself. What does not going to the gym do for you exactly? Do you feel weaker? Do you not like
Yeah,
what
I
is
just
going through your mind?
yeah, like I love to feel strong, right? And if I'm
Oh,
not
you feel
going
like
to
a
the
bitch if you don't go to the gym. Like you feel like
yeah, and like I'm just getting like my muscles are just like flabbing um and Betty will just like poke at it like, oh, okay, no muscles, right? Like, or just make,
oh,
yeah, we just fuck around, right? That's how we are. Um and so it's like, I want to be that, you know, the
she does
muscle.
that shit to you. What's
Yeah, like
that?
I'll
What?
flex on her and she's like, well, she's like, where is that? I don't see anything. Like,
So it's very. It seems like it's a part of your relationship now. It's like where's the muscles that I married?
yeah. 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 So what else for you?
So right now I'm getting this itch. This itch is having a vacation of some sort to look forward to, whether it be like a weekend type of thing, like a 2 day, or like a whole like week or two vacation. I remember back in like 2020 during the pandemic, I probably went on a plane maybe 3 times. And then in 2021, I went to Aruba. I went to
Arizona, Austin.
I went to Detroit. I went to Greece. I must have been like up and down maybe 6 or 7 times. So I'm constantly doing something, even if it doesn't seem like it. I'm constantly having something to look forward to. Right now, I think we're trying to plan out like a hot location to go
Mhm.
to. And then there's already talks about what we're going to be doing next summer. And I'm trying to do like a quick like 2 day trip somewhere where I can just sit down and work on a couple things on the blog slash YouTube side. But having something, some sort of travel to look forward to, makes up a large part of my my status quo, maintaining my happiness status quo. That
Yeah,
for me, that's like a non-negotiable.
yeah.
Constantly need that.
That's I mean that's a lot. That's big for a lot of people. So it's crazy because, and I'll talk about mine to piggyback. But I know a lot of people feel like, oh, they just have to get away, right? Like they feel like the world's collapsing on them. So they're like, hey, I got to leave the state. I got to go somewhere on vacation and relax. I never have ever felt that where I'm like, but hey, we just got to get away. It's like, yeah, if you want to go see something, let's go. But it's like I don't feel like I have to get away from something. So, but one thing is, if I what makes me happy is like knowing I could go on one big vacation and do it the way we want to, and not worry about like oh, we have to cut here, cut there, and oh, we can't do that, it's too expensive, right? So being able to do that for a vacation is awesome.
So you prefer only going on one
Yeah,
vacation as
yeah,
opposed to like a few small
yeah.
ones.
Yeah, one really nice one, right? Obviously not to like there's levels to it. Like Betty won't be happy until we're on a first class United Arab Emirates to like Italy, first class. And I'm like, we want to go in like a year, I think in a year or so for our 10-year anniversary to Italy. And she's like, it'd be great if we could take first class United Emirates. What is it? United Emirates, Arab Emirates.
You're talking about I'm trying to remember Emirates.
Yeah, Emirates.
Yeah, it is Emirates.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, like how much are they? And she's like, well, it would be like 30K for the flight, 15 there, 15 back, and I'm like, um, it's
I think it's more.
maybe
I
she
was
maybe
just looking at
30.
a first class flight, not from Emirates, but I think it was through um I want to say Air France. And it was a lot, bro. And I think
Yeah.
Emirates is a lot more. My dad was
Okay.
looking at a first class flight going to China,
Uh-huh.
and dude, it was some big money. It was like 12 G's each ticket each way.
Or maybe it was 30K each. So I'm like, babe, we haven't even got like a vacation. All our vacations don't even equate to that much money.
We're doing
And,
it for a 10-year anniversary. That's fucking insane.
and I'm like, that doesn't the 30K doesn't even include being there, hotel, this, that. I was like, we could go and come back. That's it. We can't hang out and do anything. We'll
Yeah.
fly there, fly back.
The
And
flight is the vacation.
yeah, and then we just can't go anywhere for 15 years after that. So
Question for you though. It's like, do you not at some point get bored of the routine? Like, do you not? It's not about getting away. It's just taking some sort of just break, just breaking from the routine.
yeah, I that's what I'm telling you. I enjoy the routine. Breaking the routine is I don't like it.
I can see why you wouldn't like it. It's not so much that, but eventually, like for me, I don't like breaking my routine for one day. If I'm gonna go away for a week, I get it. It takes some time to come back. I don't like doing that shit too much. Like when I go to Greece, if I'm not going for like 10 days, it's just not worth going.
Yeah,
Because like, dude, like I'm literally it sets me back a whole month.
yeah,
So like I get what you're saying, but at the same time, it's almost like I can't do my routine. So like, dude, the fact that you could only do one vacation for me, it's like, dude, how much to like some degree, it's like how much does that routine make up your happiness?
It's probably a large portion because it really, I do not like breaking, yeah, at all. Like I like my night routine. I like my morning routine, like my work, come home, weekends, we could go places, do stuff.
Do you
Like,
feel like you get uncomfortable when you don't have the routine, when your routine is broken?
yeah, like we're going next Monday to the Dave Chappelle stand up. He's coming out here. It's Chappelle and Chris Rock. And I'm like, I'm excited to go, but I'm also like, fuck, it's gonna fuck up my night routine.
Did Leo and your dad fuck up your night routine for the basketball game the other day?
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that? I saw the picture. The picture was fucking cute, man.
Yeah, that
The-
was one of my happiness, right? Just seeing him, just seeing him happy. We get there because I kept saying for 2 weeks in a row, every day, like 5 times a day, I'm like, Leo, do you want to go to basketball game? Do you want to go to basketball game? Because he watches it and he's always like, Dad, basketball game, put it on. And I'm like, do you want to go to basketball game? And he always goes, no. And then I'm like, do you want? He just trolls me because he knows like I want to take him. I'm like, Leo, you want to go? He goes, and he does this, no, every time.
Let me think about that. No.
So I took him.
Rose.
Me and my dad took him, and he walks up and he just sees the whole court and everything. He just stood there, was just frozen, like, wow, this guy was not joking. And
That's so cute, man.
yeah, he was just so like he couldn't sit. Like he wanted to just keep going down, keep going down, keep going down to the court. And I'm like, bro, you can't go. Just and then he wanted we bought him a basketball, so he just kept wanting to shoot it. And I'm like, dude, you can't shoot it here.
He was probably causing so much trouble, man.
Yeah. So it was great, man. So yeah, like you said, one of your happinesses is your kids, and yeah, it's so fun seeing them like that.
Fuck, man. I can't wait to have kids.
Hmm.
Jesus. So the next one. So something very, very close to what I would consider one of my kids. I need to have a sick car. Right now, it's been 2 years since I've had a nasty car. My car is cool, don't get me wrong. I'm driving like a really, really simple dad 5 Series. It's just not me though. That's the only
No,
thing.
I don't see you in a 5 Series and I guess it's like they have to know you to like. I was like 5 Series. What's wrong with it? It's a sick car. Like I would, I would drive a 5 Series. That's like my car.
Yeah, it's a dope car. It really is. It's just not me,
Not
bro.
not
The motor
you.
doesn't make any noise. It's just
Yeah, and I guess for people to understand, like it's not for you. It's not like trying to show off. I got a sick car. I've known
no.
you. This
It's
is like
part of my DNA, dude.
it's as a child. It's been about cars with you. I think. Do you think it's Hirach's fault?
I genuinely think had it not been for Harach, I would have never gotten into BMWs. It probably would have been like Mercedes for me. Like I would have just followed in my dad's
Yeah,
whole.
Mercedes. Yeah, your dad is a big Mercedes guy. Is it because I think he was the only person we've ever looked up to.
Yeah, Harach was my idol,
Yeah.
which was strange because I had two uncles that were doctors.
Yeah, yeah.
I just looked
And
up.
he ran an auto shop, and it's like that's what we all looked up to. He
Yeah,
was just a man's man, like just cool.
didn't understand a fucking word he said ever. Had a beard. He was cool. He was all right. Got Chinese food for us all the time. We were good, man. We were fucking good. Thanks, Haraj.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. So that car's for you, man. Like that's a deep rooted, like it's your passion.
yeah. Look, like my general satisfaction, my day-to-day satisfaction comes from being able to drive to and from work. And depending on how I'm feeling that day and how much time I got, taking laps around wherever I'm going before I actually get there. More so whenever I have a sick car, if I one of the BMW M4s I had, or one of the Porsche 911 I had back a couple of years ago, it it brought genuine happiness to me. It
Mm,
was a measurable happiness. I really really looked forward to going and coming back from work and then going to places because I got to drive my car.
hmm
Now, man, like that 5 Series has no miles on it. Literally 0 miles on it. I put it
Wow.
in drive. I scroll through Instagram a little bit. And my location. Just, I've never been so fucking bored in my life.
The 5 Series is such a sick car. I love the 5 Series. Uh,
Probably the best car I ever had. It's just terrible, though. I just can't drive it, man.
it's like
It does everything well except for the driving component. I just don't like it.
it's like me driving a minivan or some shit.
Yeah. You yeah, you driving a minivan is the same as me driving that 5 Series, pretty much. Yeah, so having a really, really cool car, it's not a whole like, oh, I need to have it because I need to keep up with this and this
Yeah,
person.
yeah.
At this
No, you
point, I
don't.
don't need to keep up with anybody. Like I've had all these cars. It's just if I don't have it, I just don't I don't feel alive.
Yeah, I don't think you don't care if anyone ever sees you driving. You just
Fuck
want to
life.
be in the driver's seat driving that thing and feeling it, right? Like on the road, right? That's what you love.
Listening to it. Sometimes I didn't even put on any music because there was no need. I was just listening to the engine. Like if I ever have a Ferrari, just give it to me with no radio. I don't need the radio. I
I
really don't.
wonder who else would relate to this. Like, so if you guys are, listening, just who relates to actually just driving?
Bro. I'm tired. You could even take out the logos and all that shit. Like I
Yeah.
really don't care. No name me. I don't give a fuck as long as it drives and sounds sick. um any material objects, Shant, that bring you endless happiness?
Not like material per se, but being able to go into like a store and not look at the price. I say I can't do that in every store, right? We gotta preface that. But there are a bunch of stores we could go to and not worry, like you could just shop freely. And that to
That's
us,
interesting that you say that. Do you think that you look at every single price tag just out of habit, even though you
yeah,
can afford something? You're just like, how much is it? Like,
yeah. Well, that's our from our parents' DNA. So my dad goes around, looks at stuff like just to look so like my dad will be walking, like it could be at like women's section of the mall, and he'll just still look at the prices because I see like, oh, this one's come up in price. He'll just like to compare, like, oh, like
he puts it in his database.
and so me seeing that my whole life, I always look at stuff too, and it's just so annoying.
Yeah, have you ever have you recently been buying shit without even looking at the price tag?
Yeah,
Like I do that with groceries. I do that with everything.
yeah, like I yeah, I go to the Sprouts and it's like um uh like, dude, I don't look at anything. And I was like, one time I grabbed something, the worker's like, oh no, this one you have there's that same one over there for sale. I'm like, it's fine, don't worry about it, man. It's fucking. I'm
Look
like,
at you.
he's like, just it's right there. I'm like, keep your 50 cents, man. It's all good.
Don't even don't even worry about it.
it would cost me more money to just reach back and get another one. I'd rather just leave right now.
Yo, man. But the thing is, Shant, is lately I've been buying organic, like a ton of organic. Like I was paying like, first of all, I wasn't paying shit for chicken before because it was all coming from our restaurant. But now it's like I don't buy organic for customers because the cost is ready. Or our cost was $2 a pound for the chicken tenders.
Yeah.
It's $8.49 a pound at the
Wow.
cheapest for organic. And now I'm just like, okay, Trader Joe's was $9.99. Whole Foods was $11.99. It's gonna take me 3 minutes to drive. Let me skip this. And I'll go to trade. Like I've been looking a lot lately, and organic did this to me. Organic fucked me.
Wow.
But but this is partly the reason why I hit yeah, no partly the reason why my test levels, and this episode is sponsored by Everly. No, I'm kidding. No, so the this is partly the reason why my test levels have been very, very high. I'm trying to cut out all like hormones and all this
Mhm.
shit. But I think food has been playing a big part in my happiness. Fuck, I didn't put food on this list. Food, I think, I'm pretty positive, gives me actual happiness. Making kebab, eating meat makes me happy. I
Huh.
didn't put this on my list.
Yeah, it
I
does.
wish I did now.
Huh.
I'm going to take out number five because number five was something very, very close to this. And I'm going to replace that with food because now I'm going to feel stupid if I don't say just how important food is to me. What's your relationship with food? Are you fucking obsessed with food like I am?
Uh, yes. Like me and Betty love like talking food and comparing and stuff. Just recently, we've just like we like whatever is around for dinner. It doesn't even matter. Like whatever is just available.
Have
That's what
you
we'll
guys
go.
been getting lazy this past couple of years because of the babies?
Yeah, it's not laziness. It's just like no time to really like make a meal. So it's like literally the other day it was like Betty's like, "Hey, what do you want to eat?" I'm like, "I don't know. What do you want to eat?" She's like, "I don't care. I'm just gonna grab a piece of bread." And I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna make an egg." That was it.
Like, I'm just saying, my mom used to make chicken stuff for my dad with me on her shoulders, and I used to weigh 14
Yeah.
pounds when I was a newborn. So
No, but we do love food though,
kind of
and
lazy. It's
yeah,
kind of
not
lazy.
yeah, not like you, but yeah, food is definitely something.
I
Uh,
think the closest weight to age ratio to me has probably been Zila so far.
what do you mean?
She's a big girl.
Yeah, well, yeah, thick.
She's a Janessian.
Yeah,
She's a thick girl. We got another cousin, the latest one that Maria had, not a. He's a big boy too, man.
yeah,
Yeah, I think it's the shit that they're eating. Like it's the hormones, man. It's the stuff that's in the milk.
yeah,
Even if they are breastfed, it doesn't matter. It's the stuff that's in the milk and the water. What do you think? I'm not kidding. I'm seeing like 12-year-old girls that I'm like, I don't need to see you right now. This should be illegal. Just you
yeah.
walking
I don't
around
know, man.
illegal.
It could be. Um, Leo's a tank too, man. Like,
That's what I'm saying. These kids are just bigger. They're just bigger kids. I don't know what the fuck. What are they putting in their? What are they putting in the milk?
yeah, it's crazy, man. So what is it with you and food that like?
food for me has probably been the only source of happiness for like the longest time. I attributed food with feeling good up until I was like 13. And then after that, I started attributing food with feeling bad because I was violently obese.
Yeah.
Oh, for a while, my relationship with food was kind of shitty. Um, but as of lately, food has not made a major effect on anything like that. So it's like back to the good, feeling good in the hood. But I will tell you this: food for me is not like I need to have sweets and junk food in order to feel good. I'm talking like
Yeah.
very flavorful. I'm talking like very, very well thought out
Yeah. That's the kind of food you
collection.
love. I know. Yeah. You're into that shit.
Yeah, like going to a French restaurant gets me going. Um, Eating stuff with like very, very expensive, like truffle is a big one. That's one. Trying out some sort of like crazy mushroom risotto.
Mm.
So just absurd shit. Having like really, really, really good seafood in like Spain or Greece. Having really good kebab. These are the sorts of things that like really get me going, man. Like I could sit down and without alcohol
Yeah.
appreciate a really, really good dinner table.
Wow.
Yeah, food's a big one for me. I never even talk about it either. Just fucking I should, but I don't. I don't talk about it. I don't talk about how much I love kebab. I'm the type of person that makes kebab, but is actually in love with kebab. Like I love eating the food that we make.
Yeah. You're like an Italian and eating pizza.
All right, you fucking stereotyper. Listen,
Yeah, like a owner of the pizzeria, right? Like he probably loves the pizza, and he makes it. It's like his dream job.
oh no, I don't eat this garbage. Imagine.
Yeah, he's like, I like Chinese food.
Love Chinese. Love it. Lo mein. Um, Last one. Huge. Very, very important. I don't mean just like it always has to be this grand theatrical way. Giving back to others in some way constantly. A lot of your and my self-worth comes from our involvement socially.
Hmm.
Either community involvement, helping a friend, volunteering your time, or being a couple people's or even one person's shoulder to lean on. Don't just live life just on your own and for the sake of your family. That's a selfish way to live.
Yeah,
I think that there's a lot more to life than just living for your immediate family. I think that you should be a part of a greater cause, a greater community. Talking to you, Sean. No, I'm kidding. I'm talking to just the overall everybody. The greater good of humanity deserves you and I, Sean.
yeah, that makes sense, man. Where do you think that comes from for you?
I think it comes from constantly being part of community altogether. Like we have always been a part of Home Minute Men. We've always been a part of um, organizations that help our brothers and sisters back home. And back home for us is like two or three different places. It's not just Armenia. It could
Yeah.
be Syria, it could be wherever wherever there's a need for help that we need to provide. Um Now, I know to some degree sometimes we help because we feel compelled and we don't do it out of a genuine desire. But when there is a genuine desire to help, I don't think there's any other greater fulfillment than doing something that you're not actually responsible for. It's not your child that you're helping, but it's coming from a place of genuinely caring about wanting to make a difference in somebody or something that you're not personally responsible for.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good one, man. I think as humans, most of us, it's human nature to want to give and help, right? I think it selfishly gives you and gives us um, a good feeling. Um,
Yeah, I agree that it's somewhat if somebody will come and look and say, "Oh, this is selfish of you to be selfless," thinking about it, it's like, which one is it? Which you know what I mean? Like, are you gonna look at it this way or that way? Like, but at the end of the day, if you can do something and not take credit for it or expect anything in return, but just genuinely
yeah,
just watch the person just benefit and be happy by what you did, I don't think that there's any other greater way you can contribute back to humanity. And this is the purest definition of humanity is living and being able to help one another get through life a little bit easier.
yeah, I 100% agree, man. Um, my last one, it's kind of weird because it's so like stupid compared to that. But for me, it's just like watching great basketball
Mm.
is, I mean, a couple years ago it'd be
A
playing
card.
basketball, but playing is done. So it's always been watching too, but watching is just like there's nothing more I enjoy than watching a really, really good game.
What's the ideal game for you, Sean?
Teams going back and forth, one player in each team going at it, and it's just like bucket after bucket and score after score, just people making really smart basketball plays and playing the game so perfectly. It just, yeah, man. And the game coming down to the wire, and
Which team or which league would you say NBA? Would you say
yeah, NBA, and I wouldn't even care the team. I go to Suns games all the time. I even like the Suns. But as long as I see a good game, man, I don't care who wins. I would prefer the Suns to win. It would be nice. But like just seeing a sick game is so much more worth it.
bro? I feel like you derive um a lot of your life, like a lot of your livelihood itself just from witnessing people play in teams.
Yeah.
You're not able to function in life unless you're a part of a team. Like
Yeah.
you want to have multiple people sort of have input in what you're involved with. And like I've never been like that. I'm perfectly okay with just riding solo.
It's yeah. Do you know why I love basketball? Because this is the only sport it will truly tell who someone really is, what's their personality. So I forgot who it was who said, I think it was even maybe even Obama said it. I don't know. It might have been him, but whatever. Uh, and he said, whenever you go to a pickup basketball game where no one knows each other, you go to a basketball court, outdoor court at the park, and it's just people who don't know each other. However, the person plays the game of basketball is what their personality is in real
Huh.
life. And I've since that was like years ago, maybe 10 years ago, I heard that. To this day, that's never been truer.
You actually believe that, huh?
100%. Because when you're in a different element, your true self comes out when you're not, because it's not your own people. And the way you play the game. So if someone's an asshole in real life, their game is going to be played like an asshole. Not like how they act and saying shit to people, but how are they playing aggressive? They're doing this, but they're really an asshole.
Do you think that Kobe's personality in basketball and in real life was
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
last question? How do you think that his basketball personality, the way that he played, and he was kind of like a ball hog,
Yeah.
kind of controlled the team. How do you think that was translating into his marriage?
Probably a lot negatively in the beginning. Just like any marriage, and I'm sure more in that case where he's a famous celebrity, he's this top dog, and he just probably feels like he's the shit and could do whatever he wants, um, and which is normal to feel at fucking 19 years old, right? So he probably had that attitude when he went home, and later on in his career when he was just super focused and like just very killer mentality. I think that's how he probably was with at home. Just very serious, locked in all the time.
I can't tell if I like that or don't like that. I don't. I kind of don't like that.
Why?
I feel like there's a little bit of like a obsession thing happening there. Like my
Yeah.
way or the highway. I get it, bro. Some of the best people in the world, some of the most talented people in the world are sick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're obsessive types. They're they're just very, very meticulous perfectionist types. Something tells me he was a little bit of an OCD.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Like he needs to have control. If he doesn't have control, he's gonna lose his shit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good talk, Sean.
Yeah. That was interesting. So I think to wrap it up, just do things that make you happy, man.
Yeah, man. You gotta do something. This world is fucked up. Life's too short. You gotta just make sure you got your markers. Like you get a blood test. You should have a happiness test, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Gotta get a sick car. This fucking 5 Series is ruining my life.
I'll take it, bro, if you want to get rid of it.
Oh my god, you could have it, bro. I'll even make the payments for you. Just fucking take it. Just get this thing out of here.
All
Get
right.
a car and a vacation ASAP. Anyway, all right. Good night, Sean.
All right. Good night, everyone.